Here we are in the beautiful city of Bellingham. We got this great night market getting all set up in order to have a great time tonight. My wife's vending. If you're in Bellingham right now, come on down. Today I'm talking to Daniel, who happens to live on this amazing property called the Lookout Arts Quarry. And I'm going to kind of hand it over to him to tell us what is so special about this property.
Lookout Arts Quarry is a center for encouraging the arts in all the forms that we are able to reach out to. A lot of the core people who began it started as movement artists, as circus artists, as acrobats, dancers, jugglers, clowns. And it's since spread to other mediums, sculpture and stone and other things. We hold residencies for artists to come, and also hold festivals. And to my mind, the purpose of a festival really is to take all the creative energies of all kinds of different communities and people and swirl them together so that they may continue to be fertile and pollinate and grow and be more and more creative.
Awesome. Unity and diversity.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've been living at this property on and off for the past 10 years, so for a really long time. Usually just for 2 or 3 months out of the year, but increasingly more and more. This last time to say, I'm about to leave, I'm about to go to Hawaii, and this last time I spent 6 months, or the whole winter, 2 seasons, and it felt wonderful. A long time since I had spring in Washington.
Yeah.
It's great.
So can you describe a little bit of your guys' setup and how you guys pay for rent and
yeah, everybody pays rent, even artists in residency. There are a few different tiers and levels, and actually I think soon we're going to move to a system of paying rent by square footage that you take up, because there's a lot of people living in temporary kind of situations,
outdoors,
buses and camps and RVs and whatnot.
Yeah.
People expand out of those,
that'll be included.
Yeah.
So, how does the chores get done on the property?
Well, also included in rent is 5 hours per week of community service, for lack of a better word, and that's the way a lot of chores get done. I mean, things like dishes, you just expect to do your dishes, do other people's dishes, do the dishes.
Yeah.
But things like, we'll have like a compost lead and a recycle lead. People are responsible for doing that for the week. Or, just all the weekly things that need to get done, at least, like the bathroom or the kitchen sweep or the oven and all that. So like we'll have a work party day, Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You can get your hours in anytime, but Saturday is like the day that everybody gets together and divvies up tasks to make sure it all gets done.
Nice. And so how do you like project management? I'm really curious about that, on how do you delegate, how do people accept what they're doing, what if they don't want to clean toilets?
Well, fortunately have this, we sit in a big circle and we have a big list up on the board, and we go down the list and say, who wants to do this? Who wants to do this? Who wants to do this? And if you really don't want to clean the toilet, then you just sort of look down and pretend you're not listening while that happens,
So it is, you volunteer for your task.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And there's never been a huge breakdown in that. Sometimes we have to cajole and joke until somebody steps forward. So it's not a big deal, really.
Oh, well, I love that. I've been learning a lot about philosophy and the ability to, and the power that comes with your choice in doing what you do, and versus like having a governmental force tell you what to do, and the change of the energy of the task in doing it, because it's of your own volition. Yeah. Or it's not of your own volition, and it completely changes the outcome, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. Well, what challenges has the property and you living there for 10 years come up against?
Well, I think that in that same realm of authority and empowerment, there's always issues like that in a community where some people feel more empowered and have more authority just by, I mean, to my mind, it's a natural part of being human. You know, some humans bear more authority because of just the way they are in the world. And sometimes there's conflicts of authority, or there's people who disagree about things, or somebody who wishes they felt as empowered as somebody else. And sometimes there's, you know, there's like subtle social dynamics that may or may not be recognized of how those power plays go down. And like even the people who are powerful don't fully understand the way they exert that power over other people. So there's a lot of like, I mean, what I see is like social dynamics that have existed in humans since, you know, hunter-gatherers. I'm sure they have this same sort of like tugs and pulls.
Yeah.
They're really the like wonderful sharp edges that we get to rough up our knife blades against the knife blade of
Yeah.
ourselves,
And
our
so
friends, you know?
I would imagine communication is of utmost importance.
We've held so far, I think, 2 community nonviolent communication workshops, and plan on holding more, and those have been super valuable for our process.
Awesome. I'm actually looking to start, I think every 2 weeks, we're going to be going through the NVC workbook.
Sweet.
And just open it up to the community and see who rolls in. So
Cool.
I've witnessed how powerful nonviolent communication is in action, and man, we, like, as I said, communication is like the utmost important thing for the interaction of humans. And so if you don't have that right, like nothing, no structure that you set up is going to work for you and for the betterment of everybody.
We definitely work on communicating a whole lot in those workshops, and figuring out these systems of like the way different people, you're talking about the way different tasks get done. There's different committees, little like groups of people, and anybody can join any committee, but like if you're interested in it, you join, you make yourself a part of it. And,
awesome.
You know, so there's like the chickens and ducks committee, or there's like the garden crew, and you know, site management, production crew, all these different.
Brilliant. So if you were heading off to Hawaii and you were able to purchase your own property and start your own little micro town, what kind of setup would you go for, knowing with what you've experienced already?
For me, I think like micro town, if I were, so since you asked specifically personally about me, like I would personally own the whole property outright myself and have the final say. I'd be a benevolent dictator. It'd be great.
And everything would be solved.
Yeah. But I know that's like one direction that can be wonderful in its way, and then there's also this way of like having a community that feels empowered to really like to join and to become a part of, and to not have fear that their creativity or their input will be stifled or not, or that they'll invest a lot and then be cast out. That's a really noble cause, and I really respect and interested in that cause, and that is something that the quarry is doing. I think it's a really brave thing that all these people these friends of mine who have invested thousands of dollars and thousands of hours into this place, that essentially they're creating something that's bigger than what they can control themselves, and they don't want to control themselves either. It's something that they anticipate to be able to continue growing beyond them.
And I would think that those two choices, the dictatorship and what you're living in right now, one is kind of a easier path, and the other one is definitely a challenge, to be able to open that up and welcome that challenge in as a community, and for all of everyone to grow and to experience two completely separate outcomes.
Yeah, I should think so.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. I know you're going to perform at the Circus Guild tonight.
Yes, I am.
What's the name of your show?
It is Circus Under the Sea.
Awesome.
It's a sea theme.
And how are you performing tonight?
I'm going to be contact juggling, so I'm going to be making wavy motions with my hands and arms while the ball rolls around on me.
Awesome. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for
Yeah,
taking
thank
this
you.
time to answer some questions, and I really appreciate this.
Yeah, thanks.